प्रॅक्टिसिंग अर्बन डिझायनर सिटी प्लॅनर आणि वक्तो विनायक भरणेन नवे पुस्तक बरयलां अर्बेनिझम बियॉन्ड 2020 शार आणि देश नियोजनाचेर भर दिवपी पुस्तकाचे निकतेच प्रकाशन जालें. ह्या सुवाळ्यात कायदो मंत्री निलेश काब्राल हजर आसलो. पळयात.
What to me are the most important issues in the field of town planning and urbanism. I'm very happy this launch has happened in Goa because Goa is very dear to my heart. It is a place that I was born in and raised in, and I feel that what Goa is missing actually is the bridge between town planning and architecture, which is a field that we call urban design. This has never happened in Goa. It used to be there during the old times, but completely disappeared over the last 40-50 years. I think it is time we think about urbanism as a discipline that can create a link between developers, town planners, architects who are doing buildings, landscape architects, bring them all together and talk about Goa not as a series of isolated buildings or isolated projects, but combined, conjoined ideas that can create great places for everyone, rich, poor, young, old. Eventually, what all of us are doing as developers, architects, all the disciplines are building wonderful cities and trying to conserve nature. I know this sounds very cliched, but if we are able to do this successfully, Goa will remain as beautiful as it is. If not, all that is going to happen is we're going to have a bunch of buildings floating around without them amounting.
I will only say that yes, what Mr. James, what Mr. Amit said, is how do we go out in a state where we have complex issues in planning? And as rightly pointed out with Mr. Amit is that people look at how much illegality can be made and we don't have to go by the bylaws. That is how we are today in Goa. I don't know if you see the assembly, but every time, whenever I was there as a legislator, now as a minister, I will always emphasize that we had done certain laws in the past when they required, but we have not changed them over the time. And I always insist that there is a particular act which they would have liked, the town planners would agree that, and even some of you would have, where they say there is a health act which was brought for a purpose then. And I feel that health act brought for the purpose then, it becomes very difficult to incorporate today. As when you build a house illegally, what do you require? You require water, you require electricity, and that's all a person requires. He's not bothered about the garbage, he's not about what is his road, he's not about whether the electricity has come there or whether what is there. But he builds a house and then he leaves it to whom? You all know. He leaves to that fellow who is the local MLA or local politician there. He is supposed to bring that water, he is supposed to bring that light, he is supposed to bring the street light, he is supposed to tar the road, he is supposed to do everything for it. And that is how Goa has been functioning.